Grandpa was mauled to death by a domestic goat, left bloodstains on the ground before death. He came, and if he wanted to live, he would stay away from them and move to a cellar. I didn't expect my mom to take it seriously. Stocked up several ewes while meat prices rose. He also joked that you can see how they look like people when they stand up. I was taken aback. Inexplicably remembered the prophecy of my grandfather before his death. My mother snorted coldly. It's been 3 months since he was buried, isn't it nothing? I'd say he just doesn't want us in his house. Deliberately to scare people. I dare not refute go home and cook dinner. Grandpa was a famous half-immortal in our village before he died. So before my grandfather died, my dad begged him to do a hexagram for everyone in the family. The other day I watched my grandfather throw a turtle into the river. But no matter whose name is read, the result is the same. Grandpa's face changed greatly. Said something was going to happen at home. He said he couldn't fight destiny, let's run. He also said that the animals in the house are going to become sperm. If you want to survive, you have to hide in the cellar. But no one in the family believed Grandpa, so Grandpa took my hand, put it in my ear, and handed over to explain that there are still 40 days left. You must go to the cellar and stock up on food, save your life. After saying this, Grandpa swallowed. Count it down now. There's only a week left until he says. Ever since my dad bought a refrigerator, no one goes to the cellar anymore. I want to start storing food in it now. But there was one serious problem. I had no money. Since Grandpa died, my mom cut off my tuition. Let me cook and work at home. Occasionally, when I'm chopping wood, I pick up discarded bottles, but not enough to buy food. The only thing I can use is the 5 red tickets that Grandpa gave me with his dead. Money. Said it was for me to go to college. The most important thing at the moment is to survive. I hurry home. Run this steel yard and hear my brother's laughter. I knew the old man hid a lot for him. The old man is biased. Why is a picked-up child so nice to him? I had a bad feeling. Rush into the house immediately. I saw that it was turned upside down by him for a while, and what he was holding in his hand was the 500 yen that my grandfather gave me. It was left to me by my grandfather. You give it back to me, but not biological. Grandpa's property is naturally mine, and as he spoke, he whistled at the other yellow-haired boys. Why did I cover the internet bill tonight? And the more I thought about it, the angrier I got. Remembering the advice my grandfather gave me before he died, grit your teeth, grab a broom, block the door, and give it back to me. Otherwise, don't even think about going out. My brother was stunned for a while. I didn't seem to expect me to be so brave. But the next second he lifted his leg, kicked me in the stomach. Where are you going? I see you are tired of living. My eyes are black from the pain. Get up and chase him. But a few people got on the motorcycle and soon left me behind. The last hope was dashed about 3 hours later. My mom has also finished playing cards and gone home. See me hurt on the ground, my mother snorted coldly. If you really dare to hurt my precious son, I want you to look good. He said to sit down again. He was polite with melon seeds in his mouth. Your second aunt gave you a chance to make a fortune. Buy a kidney and get 200,000. Keep 10,000 for yourself. The rest of the money is just right for your brother to marry a wife. We have raised you for so long. You should also know how to repay your gratitude. I listened to all this desperately. I finally realized that no one in my family regarded me as family except my grandfather. My mom looked over impatiently and they said next Tuesday would be fine. We're almost done. Next Tuesday happens to be the day Grandpa said. I gritted my teeth and looked at my mother and nodded. Can be my 10,000 now you give it to me in advance. My mom slapped an eye. I never thought I would dare to speak like this. But looking at my serious eyes, I still don't want to take this risk, okay? Here you are. Here you are. I got the money the next day. That night, I calculated that the rice in the village was 5 caddies per piece. The cheapest bottled water is 4 yen a barrel, plus canned meat and some vegetarian food. I can buy supplies for at least half a year, and the rest of the money can buy a small generator. The next morning I went to the market. Who knew that as soon as they arrived? They saw a group of people arguing in front of the sheep vendors. You sheep are sick. I have to get my money back today, the woman shouted. He rolled up his sleeves to show everyone the bloody wound on his arm. Never seen such a sheep, bit me as soon as I bought it home. What is it that's not sick? Give me a refund quickly. Pay me another 500 yen for medical expenses. I stared at the sheep pinned to the ground. I saw that his eyes were so swollen that they almost exploded. He kept yelling at the crowd. From a distance, it still sounds a bit like a baby's cry. What else is the vendor explaining? I can't listen anymore. Hurry up and stock up on some rice and go home. As he turned around, he saw a familiar figure in front of him. I shouted. He didn't seem to hear. Heading into the woods in a hurry. 3 Grandma is one of the few people who treat me well. I think I should tell him about it. Didn't wait for me to chase after him. I saw him saying hello to my mother when he was ripe. The 2 of them got closer and didn't know what they were talking about. I walked in and heard my name. The silly kid agreed. That's a good thing. I've been looking for that buyer for a long time. Hearing the laughter in my ears, I just feel like the world is spinning. It turns out that the 3rd Grandma's kindness to me is all fake. They're all lying to me. I can't wait. I die early. But I won't let them. And as soon as they were finished and ready to leave, I went over and stopped them. I smiled obediently, and he pointed to the lamb vendor. That's right. I just saw that all the sheep in that house were disposed of. It's cheaper than half the usual price. Sure enough, my mother's eyes lit up immediately. While he goes to buy sheep, I borrowed a cart and took all my purchases back to the cellar. My brother is not at home. I got some iron plates to reinforce the cellar door, just like this. While my brother goes to the internet cafe during the day, my mom is looking for someone to play cards. I've saved enough supplies, by the way. I dug a vent in the corner of the cellar. Install a fan that can remove smoke. This way I can live and cook on a small scale, and in my busy days, there have been several cases of domestic animals biting people in the village. My mom didn't take it seriously at all. Even bought several pigs and sheep while the price was knocked down. Only I know that the time is almost up. I expedited the cellar remodel, and it was finally built the night before that day came. As soon as my mother got home and left me behind, she couldn't help but cry out why she was so dirty. Go take a shower. The buyer is coming tomorrow. And he said, what did he think of? Pull someone out from behind. Your 3rd grandmother doesn't want you to suffer. Do you have to stay tonight and send you the 3rd grandma effect? A bowl of dark soup came out from behind you. Last time you said your stomach hurt. This is the medicine that Grandma specially made for you. We can't do surgery with injuries. I know this medicine will definitely put me to sleep. In case I regret it, I reach out and take it, drinking and excusing to feed the pigs. Then he took the opportunity to pour the soup into the stone basin. It was as if they didn't see me coming in when it got dark and started packing. I planned to sneak into the cellar while everyone is asleep. But just after 12 o'clock, a strange sound suddenly came from the yard. If something were to crawl on the ground, fast and getting closer to me, I quickly turned off the lights and dared not go out. He secretly opened the curtains and looked out, and it scared the life out of me. A newly bought lamb is lying limp, but a few slender tentacles grew on the body, like a spider on the ground, and his mouth was wide open. The living Binglu breathed and covered her mouth tightly. The monster sniffed around, seemed to find nothing, and climbed up my window. No time to be afraid here. I quickly packed my bags, opened the door, and rushed underground. However, just arrived at the underground entrance. A pair of hands suddenly grabbed me. The 3rd aunt is standing in the yard, a pair of yellow teeth and a black smile. Sure enough to run. That won't work. I took your mother's money. I can't let you run away at this time. 3rd Grandma is still thinking about selling my organs. 3rd Grandma cursed and was about to continue saying something. A sharp tentacle pierced his body instantly. Even shook it in front of me. I bit my lip so hard I didn't dare to move. Watched the monster carry 3 grannies back to the sheepfold. Then there was the sound of something being chewed. The sound made my scalp tingle. I don't want to stay for a moment longer. Quickly fled to the cellar and locked the door. But business is always going around. It wasn't quiet until it was almost dawn. I stared at the hole in the corner. I made a glass window there that can be opened. Not only can it be used for exhaust, you can see what's going on the ground. It didn't take long for me to hear my brother's screams. That kid ran away, Liang Zhen's rapid footsteps. My mother also shouted, that old woman. After taking my money, I can't even watch anyone. My brother's footsteps have been circling the yard. It stopped near the sheepfold after a while. Soon I heard my brother screaming in horror, Mom! There seems to be someone in the sheepfold. No, it seems that there is only the head left. These 3 grandmothers were eaten by those sheep. What nonsense are you talking about? How can sheep eat people? My mom came out swearing. He screamed at the same time. What kind of monster is that? How can I still stand up and walk? Go back inside and close the door. 5 people who showed up stood up and bumped into me. Why are you here? He slammed the glass. The next second, the mutated sheep pounced on him and made him run away in a panic. I took the opportunity to turn on the surveillance in my phone. I saw several intersections in the village full of people fleeing. Those monsters are going from house to house. Each one looks weird and disgusting. The sheep basically stood up. Start walking upright on 2 hind feet. The hair on the face falls out almost exactly like a human face, and the table gets really big. The belly is almost on the ground but can still move quickly on the ground, except for these livestock. And some of the rats were also covered in pustules. Abnormal slenderness of mutated limbs. There are even snakes that come out of nowhere. Although the size remains normal, but it's full of eyes. I saw the villagers run away screaming like crazy. Some just closed the doors and windows, calling the police for help. But the police will leave us alone. I've been searching for news related to the village since yesterday. Just this morning at 4 a.m., a family at the foot of the mountain reported the case. But the few police officers who came were all eaten by mutant species. The media attributed it all to animal mutation caused by a chemical factory on the top of a mountain and called on the surrounding townships to evacuate quickly. It's like we're locked down here. It may be too early for them to discuss when they will be able to rescue. It's almost noon. The scream suddenly stopped. I see those monsters starting to slow down. They don't move at all. It turns out that they are afraid of the sun. The radio in the village has finally made a sound. Don't panic, villagers. The city has sent a team to rescue us. Wait for the sun to go down. Those monsters are about to start moving again. Until then, please find a place to hide. And food is ready, waiting for rescue with peace of mind. I saw my mom tentatively come out of the house. Then I directed my brother to go out to buy food. Then the school door slammed. I pull open the security window above. I saw my mother struggling, holding an axe and glaring at me viciously. Did you know long ago that you were hiding here in advance? I took a sip of milk tea and blinked in confusion. Didn't you know? Didn't Grandpa tell us then? The family animals are going to be sperm, and if they want to survive, they have to move to the first suburb. Who knew that old thing could count so accurately? Hurry up and open the door and let us in. It's over. No need. I won't let you in. Pardon me? Are you trying to kill me? Watch him go crazy and yell at me. I let him smash him with a cold cry, then turn on the surveillance and adjust it to the screen at the door of the supermarket. Everyone is trying their best to grab food and drink water. My brother was squeezed into the crowd and was about to pick up a bag of rice when someone kicked him inside. This is what I saw first. My brother swung his yellow bangs and pointed at the other party and scolded him. You old thing, what are you still eating at such an old age? Go directly to feed the monster. If you are usually a rascal like my brother, others don't want to pay attention. Now life is at stake. Who will spoil him? The other party kicked it directly, right in my brother's heart. It's a waste to be eaten by someone like you. My brother was knocked unconscious by that kick. When he wakes up, the supermarket has long been sold out. Seeing that the wire was pressed down, he could only run home in despair. I remember my brother making a fool of himself at home. It's going to be fun. Clap your hands. I even deliberately opened the melon seeds that I was unwilling to eat. After a while, the door was pushed open, and my mother rushed out quickly. But she was dumbfounded and asked you to buy something. You are so old, it's okay to be playful in the bottle. But you can't buy anything well. Those people are crazy. I couldn't take it at all, and they beat me. Aren't you a mother? Why don't you go? My mother was instantly choked by my brother's words. But my brother suddenly remembered something. He turned to me. That's right. I heard from the owner who sells rice. He just sold rice to our half warehouse a few days ago. They were all dragged away by that kid. Must be in the cellar now. As long as we grab it, it's fine. I just tried it. The door was changed by him, and he couldn't open it at all. Can't we get in? This time they both fell silent. Stomach rumbling in the air. It's 4 p.m. They haven't eaten since early. Never drank a drop of water? Choose your tongue when you see it. And we weave little electric cookers. Then I made a bowl of bean and egg noodles. The aroma of food emanates from small pores on the top of the head. I took it to the underground door. Chopsticks keep mixing noodles, but don't put them in your mouth. Bert couldn't take it anymore. Rush to the door and grab it. See me move a little farther. Immediately replaced with a flattering effect, bro. After all, our blood is thicker than water. Give me a bite, it really doesn't work. You throw out a bread. I heard that you have bought a lot of delicious food these days. No, we just said we were going to starve me to death. I wanted to give you something to eat. But you also know that we usually prefer you in the first place. Now you two are together again. Then I can only not give you that share. Blame Mom. I know my brother's intelligence. The surface of the brain is smooth and reflective. Education is just plain human. Provoked by me, and he just pulls away, and my mom takes his hand. If it weren't for you, I would have eaten by now. If you have nothing to eat today, I hate you all my life. When did I see a scared and hurt look on my mother's face? I couldn't stop laughing louder, laughing until tears came out. Then I saw him walk to the underground door, bend over me with an ugly face. Good boy, yes mom, no. Just give your brother a bite to eat. And I felt ironic at that moment. Obviously, as long as he loves me, none of this would be happening today. So I pointed to the graphite in the warehouse. I installed a power generator on it. You go and push the graphite to generate electricity for me. I'll feed him. It's 2 hours before dark, as long as you don't stop for a moment. Then at 6 o'clock, my brother can eat this bowl of noodles. He gritted his teeth and glared at me, then rushed to the warehouse. The task is actually quite simple. The two of them can do it together in less than an hour. But my brother was just there complaining. Didn't help from start to finish, and then at 6 o'clock, I handed it out with a stick. Watch him gobble it up. It didn't take long for it to get dark again. This time the mutated animals seemed even more ferocious than they had been in the morning. The mutant animals started banging on the door like crazy, and they kept screaming and wailing. These animals used to be fed on time. I must be hungry after a whole day. Some of the soil in the village has been scattered. More and more villagers are being killed. It has become very dangerous outside. My mom was already in a hurry. There was a strange movement from the glass window above my head. Pat a stone over, then another piece. I opened the anti-theft window and saw that it was my mother. She was lying by the window and smashing rocks, frantically while constantly chanting that if she can't live, let's die together. The monsters heard the power and came in my direction. Although it is bulletproof grade glass, but it can't stand the continuous attack. The glass I saw soon cracked. I know this place is dying. Even if my mom can't break the glass, villagers will soon find this place, no matter what method is used. This place will definitely be breached. Now I can only pray that rescue will come soon. And then I spent the rest of my days watching the news, and constantly described the situation in the village to the outside world, until the police issue a notice. They will pick us up and leave in 3 days. I broke the news to all the survivors. The surviving villagers wept with joy, and my mom was staring at me, wondering what she was thinking. I know she won't let me go so easily. 3 days later, sirens sounded in the village. I saw a large number of police cars appear on the surveillance. Ads are still playing in police cars. I probably want everyone to gather in the square. Then organize everyone to evacuate collectively after 20 minutes. I saw from the surveillance that most of the residents began to move. Towards the square I was saved, and I was so excited to get out. But when I was about to open the door and go out, I found that my mother had chained the door. I'm completely locked in the cellar. At that moment I saw my mother's triumphant eyes. He directly threw the key not far away. Looks like she's going to starve me to death in the cellar. Originally, I picked up the phone and planned to contact the outside world to save me, but suddenly glanced at the surveillance camera and I realized something was wrong. Where are those ferocious animals? It seems that since the police car entered the village, they just disappear. Have these animals evolved so well? I also know how to avoid the police. Or rather, all of a sudden, a terrifying thought strikes. I immediately adjusted the camera to aim at the meeting square. I saw those police officers